Hello, everyone. Ben Bryce, joined by Teddy Tarvis to give you your midday mayhem on Tuesday, June 4th. Teddy, a lot of activity. The end of May really was not a good one. And starting off so far in June, seems like we're kind of continuing that, right? What is going on in these grains? What is happening?
We are rifling lower to start the month here, but we did get the crop rating report yesterday, and corn's looking good. So inherently, it's a little bit bearish. So we are ahead of expectations as far as beans go as well with planting. So everything is kind of getting beat up here. Last 5 trading sessions, I think everything has been progressively lower. Also, you have the funds in here that are just not helping anything.
So. Yeah, I mean, the funds did come back. They did buy some for a couple of weeks there, and then they've kind of gone to the wayside. They're still holding a fairly short position, not nearly as short as they were before. But if they continue to buy, can we see more life out of this? Do we where is this market going to be headed? I mean, fundamentally, what out there is it giving this this market some gas?
At this point, it's tough to say, but I think you just kind of have to look. You got to keep an eye on weather forecasts and the maps that are going to be coming in 6 to 10 days, because there's really not much that has changed fundamentally. I mean, exports are so.
Demand really isn't there. Supplies kind of, everyone was really worried at the beginning of the year. Are we going to be able to get it in the ground? Are we, is planting going to go well? And everyone got it in the ground, and it was wet, right? A lot of the guys had to mud it in, which, could be an issue later on in the year. But even those forecasts that we were looking at for the summer of it being really hot and really dry, and, we had this bit in our pocket, that wet spring, maybe the corn or maybe the beans can withstand that heat. But even that weather, that long-term weather forecasts have gotten a little less severe. Mm-hmm. It seems like, whatever friendliness we had in this market, can't really seem to find it. And that goes to show, I mean, corn, December, new crop corn, 30 cents in about a week and a half.
Yeah, it's tough to see. I know it's not what everyone was expecting, but I do think, to stay on the optimistic side, I do think that we can, kind of grind back to where we were. And then, just focusing on weather maps. Look at that.
Yeah.
There is a USDA supply and demand report that's coming out next Wednesday, the 12th. There's also an acreage report coming out here at the end of the month.
Yeah, we got a couple big reports to look forward to.
There's a lot that can swing the markets here. So I don't want to be too much doom and gloom.
Yeah, it's early. It is early.
So moving forward here, I think focusing on weather is going to be kind of the main factor. So
and the other thing too is, you guys, selling cash grain and using futures, using the board. Consider using them in tandem. Be creative. With prices low as they are, costs as high as they are, this is the kind of time where you need to be talking to your broker, sit down with them, and put together a plan. Because if you're just waiting for that cash price to get there, we've kind of seen that, right? December corn got really close to that $5 mark at 4.96 3/4, and then tried it again at 4.93. It's going to be hard to get up there. And if you're waiting to sell, cash and lock in your cash price, that's great. But talk to your broker, have a plan in place in case we don't get there, right? Because that's the worst case scenario, is get close and not be protected on a further downside move, And I mean, shifting away from grains, looking at livestock, cattle and hogs. I mean, hogs, it's been a ghost town. Mm-hmm. Basically, we got dust bunnies in there because there's just nothing happening. There's no stories, and it can't find any strength. What's going on in the hogs?
Yeah, there's it's kind of just been the same story, and the story is that there isn't really a story, and so that hasn't been detrimental for sure. We've come off a 108 or 109 high, and now we're almost
we're sub 100, and the index that the cash prices aren't there. We aren't seeing good cutout. Now today we did. Right, we just got some cutout here. That was up
126. So like that has a short term effect, but long term, I think it's just tough because demand just really isn't there. So
China's hogging the market.
China is hogging the market here. So
right,
but different story with the cattle.
Yeah, cattle's been fun. been chopping around quite a bit. I mean, it's a little bit lower before we came in here to record this, but what's been going on there? How are cash prices and box beef looking?
They've been steady to higher. I didn't think that box beef could handle this much of a rally a couple weeks ago, but now it just seems to be the main driver here going forward. So that is something that we're just going to continue to watch, and I would expect that it's going to continue to do well. We're kind of getting a summer grilling season.
There's a lot of fundamental stories
right.
and seasonals that come in that kind of show, that there might be demand, in this market, and hopefully we can see demand for beef and pork.
Yeah.
Because right now it seems to be pretty heavily one-sided.
Yeah. So,
well, guys, with that, we got a recording coming out next week for the snapshot the regular snapshot and the report snapshot. And at the end of the month, we got some major reports coming out. So keep an eye out for that. And we also have our summer conference coming out in July. So we're starting to put that out and more information. If you have any questions, give us a call. We got people that want to talk to you and kind of walk you through what benefits you guys may be able to get out of that. So with that, thank you for joining us. Teddy, thank you for being here as always. And guys, have a good one.